Hello, everybody. It's like being in the studio. Okay, go ahead and run the playback, and I'll do some um, audio for it. Okay, begin this. Hello, everybody, and welcome to ELA Studio and Sons. This is a project I've been working on. I started on the PlayStation 5. My PlayStation 5 done um, had some overheating problems, so I'm using a lot of stuff now. I switched over to the PC. I have Coaster Planet 2 along with the Parade package, and there's another one too that goes along with that. So I have those, and I started building this park that I had started in PlayStation 5. So what you're seeing here is basically the same thing I did there. And at this moment, what I'm working on is the panels that'll go around the ride, or the whole, because it's not just the ride. There's the ride. I have a little cafe kind of place inside where people can go and get sandwiches and sit down. I got tables and stuff set up in there. But this is just building the wall I use that will go around the whole thing. So I started out with using a block I got on the ground there. So give me the basic size of it, so I know that when I take it over, it'll fit each block, like so that it's not overlapping or it's not too big. Because you can make these pieces bigger or smaller depending upon what you're creating. And I'm kind of like just creating a window type area for kind of decorate the thing without just having to use a standard wall, because I want to kind of like make it look fancy, kind of elegant, fancy type. Um, so that's why I use this. It's part of the gingerbread type thing where you can build a gingerbread house and use the icing for the windows and the doors and decorations. Well, I thought it looked good inside this here little squared off wall unit. So I'm creating the wall unit by bringing in this, I think it's supposed to resemble like frosted gingerbread. I thought it looked pretty cool as like part of the indoor part of this window. And what I do is I create this whole piece, then that one piece I can put in, and I can create like a little building around the ride and a little picnic area. Well, it's more like a little cafe is what I'm trying to create there. So you can go and have a little sandwich or something. You can go on the ride, the teacups, which I renamed it to Grezzel's Afternoon Tea. And that's where the name comes from. So that's the first ride in the park. I have the first building like I had, and I also have this spot over here for storing some of the stuff I've created, like the lights, the street lights and stuff, where I put them with the crystals and a little. And now I can just grab them and bring them out and put them where I need them, and I'll keep them there in a warehouse, like I will with this here. So I thought I'd put that like a frosted type decoration, make that like a fancy looking window, and then I'm using the plant to create the heart. Now there's another thing I can do too, is I can go and use a gingerbread. The gingerbread has the heart, and you can change the color of it. So something to think about. What I'm thinking about, maybe doing something similar on another ride I want to put in. I want to put in a tilt-a-whirl. I always put that one in my park as one of my favorite rides, along with the hammer, or there's different names for it. That's how when it goes up and back and forth and eventually goes all the way around. No, it's gesturing like you can see me. This is for underneath. This I'm making a little audio track so I can put it in. And what I'll do is I'll just turn the volume down and this will be playing in the background. You won't see me. That's just what I got here. I should bring the guitar. So, I'm working on that. We're gonna do some guitar work. I want to do some stuff down in the studio. Get the drums and the guitars working. I already have a little animated clip I put together. And that's kind of what I want to do with this here too. So if this works out pretty good, I can do Jazzy Jazz, Grezzel, Jesse, Sergeant Bones. I'll have them in Lego World. They're Sergeant Bones and Katie Witch and all them and Grezzel. That's all part of Minecraft. That comes from my Minecraft creations and stuff. There were Katie Witch, Daubers, and Sergeant Bones. And so they cross. So I got Sergeant Bones over in Lego World. He's my guitarist. He can likes to strut. There's a Chuck Berry, like move. No. I think from AC/DC too. They got something, one of those moves in there, where he does the chick or whatever they call that. Where they put the leg out and they kind of hop while they're playing the guitar. It's kind of like a rock and roll type thing. But yeah, I mean, if you could play and you could do that at the same time, that's pretty cool. It takes a lot of practice. Well, here you go. This is where I was talking about. I created the window frame, and then within the window frame, I kind of created this kind of fancy looking decoration using the hearts. And the hearts, there's also hearts down below too. So now I decided I don't like the way this would look. I was going to try and see how I'd cut the corner and stuff, but no, I got a better idea. And one thing too is, like, when I built the walls, when I did it before, I had lights on both sides of that wall. What made that hard was lining those lights up when you're trying to put it all together. So that's why this one was just left with the one light. So when you slide that other one over, see, it creates the second light there. And that's the reason for that. I learned that. I said, because I sat there with the longest trying to line them up. Then I go to the next one, trying to make it so that those lights would be. That's when I said, "Wow, what if I just left one light on, and when I slide it over, that other light will create the second light, and on. And then at the end, you just grab one of those lights and slide it over, and now you got the whole side of the wall lit up." So I created this a couple of times. Well, no, I created it once. I created a video a couple different times, so that's why it looks like it's kind of redoing some of the stuff that I've already done. But it's kind of neat. I like watching it. I see things that I go, okay, I can put that in next door, because I want to do something similar to this. See, I want to do the Dodge and cars. I want the tilt-a-whirl, and there has to be a Ferris wheel. And then we'll do some kind of, I got to put the trolley in. So I want to eventually start working on the parade. And once I get the main street, the buildings and stuff, to create that main street and stuff, and get up, then I can know where I want to route the parade through. And that should be fun. See, in PlayStation 5, I was up to creating a float, which I put in the warehouse for later, and it kind of was a sailboat, and I had it on one of those automated tools, and it looked like the boat was kind of rocking in the waves. So that gave me an idea, and I seen that when I was kind of doing a playback on some of this stuff. And this is how I fixed that. What I just did is I slid the one part over so there'd be enough room to put a whole piece in there without it overlapping. So I just enlarged that upper platform a little bit, and then I'll close it all back in with as quickly as that. Ta-da, ta-da. See, once you get used to the keys and stuff, it's a little faster. Because if you got certain key that you can, get you to a menu faster without having to go through all the different menus. That's the one thing about with the, for instance, instead of going and getting a sun tool through the menu, you just hit the button, boom, you got it, and then you're sliding things down. But that comes with time, learning the different copy and repeat and, that kind of thing. I'm learning. I'm getting better at it. Like, for instance, like some of the pieces, if they're part of the grid, you can block them in and it'll put them in the next spot, and you can build it that way. Or you can separate it from the build, and then you can do certain things with that particular item without affecting the rest of the building, if that makes any sense. So you can highlight the whole building. You can move it if you have to. I find though that a lot of times when I try to do something, it's always missing bits and pieces that, it's like, oh shoot, there's supposed to be a wall there, or there's supposed to be something there, and a lot of times the different roof pieces would be missing. It's like, wait a minute, I thought I highlighted that. But that comes with time and a lot of oopses and going back and backspacing. Like eliminating the last thing you've done by going back. I have done that a few times, but I think it's turning out pretty good. This is the whole side of this wall, and I encased the whole thing right in the middle. When I get all this done, I put in a little. It's like a countertop, like a circular counter area for them to issue. I think they sell sandwiches and submarines, and then I'll put in a couple of soda machines, and then I'll put in a little arcade in one corner. I already got the pathway swept up, so it's a matter of just finish decorating it, and then I'll move on to doing a pizza place, which will be right next to that information center. I'll do what I did in the last one, I'll see, but there's a little bit more room on this side because I made the roads a little wider, I made the sidewalks a little wider, so it'll be a lot more room for people to walk around. Plus it's easier to connect different things to it, like I said, I want to put in the hammer. That's what I call it. I call it Grezzel's hammer because he wasn't a black. Yeah, he was. I think he did blacksmithing, mining and blacksmithing, or was he? Oh no, I take that back. I had him as a skinner, but everyone could be a skinner. So, yeah, it might have been leather working too, because skinning and leather working go together. And being a hunter, there a lot of times, the skin, get the pelts, use it to create different things that go up in leather work. Or you could take it to a leather worker to have
Immediately Studio Sons, Phil that old Grezzel and Jazz. Thank you for watching, thank you for following, and thank you for liking. There we go, we got it in.